Hello everyone, and today we're going to cover how to set up the group management add-on for your applications. So the first step is we want to go to our partner dashboard. We want to hit add-ons at the bottom left-hand corner. Then I'm going to click on group management. Since I have already added this particular feature before, it will not prompt me to install it. It is a free add-on, so no need to worry there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the license to my school demo. Now that I've added the feature, I'm now going to go into my applications. I'm going to log into my school demo application that I just added the group add-on for. Now, the group add-on works in a couple different ways, and there's a couple different areas that you need to pay attention to. So the first place I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Create and then Build. This is where I'm going to modify my login screen for my new group users. So under app onboarding, I'm going to select group login, and now I'm going to have a lot of application settings that I can edit. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to modify the user login, and the main message that appears at the top of the screen is right underneath our logo. So it says access to all or parts of this application requires an account. In this case, parents and students, please log in below. And then I'm going to turn on guest access. So guest access comes in handy for people who aren't necessarily members, but you still want to give them access to your application. It's not a bad idea. It also makes the user experience a little better. Now, there's another option right here, and it is regard to request access. This is only available with our North Park feature, and if enabled, it allows the users to fill out an information form to request an account and gain access. Now, this is a really cool feature, and I kind of definitely want to take my time and walk you through what's going on here. So I hit allow, and then I hit save. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and edit the account request. As you can see, this is the request an account page. We're asking the user for their name, their email, and a password, as well as a repeat password option so they can get that in there. And we can change request access to whatever you want it. Get an account. Let's see if we can do that. I'm going to hit the save button. And then I'm going to modify the confirmation, say thanks, your request has been received, you'll be notified when your access has been granted. That's great. And I'm going to allow user to reset their password. For the reset password page, I'm going to ask for their email, and I like the prompt here. You have the ability to modify any of the information that you want here. You can change the headline to reset password or oops, I forgot, whatever playful and catchy phrase you kind of want to use, and that's the beauty of this ability. And then once it's confirmed, you'll notice a really great thing about a previewer is as I go into these modules, it showcases it on the right. Again, I can modify the headline and the message that is in here, and we have a good amount of characters to be able to do so. We do have a lot of good filler language in there, but if you feel the need to jazz it up, please go ahead and do so. So now that I've set up groups completely within my application, I now want to go to the next place, which is the customers page. You'll notice this little magenta icon that appeared after we turned on groups management, because that lets us know, hey, now we have to go to groups. So I'm going to go ahead and select customers. And you'll see now on the customer page, there's this new tab called groups. We're going to log into groups, and now we're going to have a couple options here for our users. First is requested access and guest access. These turn on and off as you turn these options on or off. If I don't want everybody to have guest access, or if I want to remove guest access, this particular module goes completely away. Same with requested access. In some cases, requested access may be really nice, so that way you can tell the parents, hey, just go ahead and request access and we'll move you on over. Really cool feature with this group management section is I can add as many groups as I want. So let's call this one students. And after I press that add button, it's really easy. I'm going to assign them a color. I'm going to give them the Peter River. I'm going to now select which features the students see. So maybe I want them to see the events and the location and the schedule and updates. Okay, I'm going to hit save. Now, those particular students that are in this group are only going to see those features that I gave them access to. which is really nifty. And I can set account permissions, I can make changes. So let's say I really want these students to be able to sign themselves out. That could definitely be an option. I'm going to hit the edit button, and I'm going to change my color because it looks like I match guest access. I'm going to make it pomegranate. And hit the next button. I'm going to say, okay, I want them to have the sign out form. I'm going to hit save. So changes can be instantaneous, which is really awesome and really easy for the users. Same with requested access or guest access. I can do the same thing in terms of features. I can also hit view group, and it will take me to all the users, particularly within that group, which is very nice. Other things that we can do from here is we can send push notifications to these specific groups. You can add users, or you can delete groups based upon what you need to do. Now, from the groups page, there's a couple different ways to invite users, which is really nice. I can click the add user button at the top right. I can also click the add user button from the group edit section, which is really nice. So I can add a user, and I'm going to just doing real quick here. I'm going to type in my email. Username is going to be just my full name. I'm going to set my password. And you'll see we have a password strength on how fair it is, or how weak, or how strong it is. And I'm going to put this student in the unassigned. So I want to show you guys how we can move people. And I'm going to have this particular user is only going to be able to see the schedule. So if I logged into the application, I'm only going to be able to see the one group, or the one feature that I just selected, which is really nice, and that's my access. So I can also click on this user, and you'll see a number of stats that have been detailed for this particular user. But what I want to do is I actually want to add them to a group. I want to take him out of unassigned, and I want to add him to students. And you'll notice he updates in a snap. So I'm going to go back to customers and go back to my groups, and you'll see he switched over from unassigned to students just like that. It was instant. That's the beauty of our group management feature. It's everything is simultaneously easily done, and it makes it really simple to use this particular feature. Now, if I don't want to add one user at a time, what do I want to do? I want to invite multiple users at any given time. So what we can do here is we can either drag and drop a CSV file, which is a comma separated value file, which means that in Excel or any other spreadsheet, in cell A1, which is the upper leftmost cell that you can begin entering text in, you're going to enter in an email address, a comma, email address, comma, email address, comma, and you can do that with your user base. Or I can type in the user's email, comma, user's email, comma, and I can give them a from email, which is really nice. So I'm going to enter in my email here. I'm going to put my from email. Hit next. And you'll see I can either assign these particular individuals to a group or leave them as unassigned, which is great. Now that we've looked at how to invite users, let's also take a look at some login settings. Again, it's going to take us right back to build and the group login, which is really nice. So we have some back and forth there. You also see customers and groups on the customers page. So now that we've turned on requested access, something I want to draw your attention to is when we go to groups, requested access is going to fill up. When a user enters requested access, the app admin is going to receive an email that says, hey, so-and-so has requested access to your app. As the app admin, you need to log into the customers page under manage. You need to view the group of requested access, and you need to move those users over to the specific group that they need to be put into. Now, the nifty part about this feature is once the user is moved over, they will receive a push notification that lets them know that they've been properly put in the correct access area. At that point, the next time they log into the app, it will simultaneously switch over to that new group that they are the new group that they are in. With our groups detail, you can also take a look at the customer list, which is great too, and you can see the group that they're a part of. You can hover over the icon color and it'll show you what group that they're in as well. That is our group management add-on, and if I ever wanted to remove it, I would go back to my partner account. I would go to add-ons. I would scroll down to group management. I then would select the particular app that I want to remove it for, and I can hit remove licenses. Now, the great part is that the app will always remember your settings. So all those settings that I just set up, it'll remember it the second I reapply groups, which is really nice. And none of my customers should change, and it should be all good to go. That is our group management add-on. Thank you so much for watching.